You're all right.
Nathan, I need this. Tell me I'm sexy.
You're profoundly sexy, okay?
Thank you. God damn it.
Welcome to the Howl, episode 2, 7 months later.
This might need an explanation.
Good luck finding episode 1.
This is pretty much episode 1 because, episode 1, the actual recording, stuff happened. So, let's go around and introduce ourselves once again, starting with whoever.
Why not you?
Okay, I'm Wolftide. I guess the host, sort of.
Yeah.
He's the host.
Okay. Confirmation. I'm the host.
We've talked about this, damn it.
I was like, were you not aware of this?
Oh, I thought I just asked questions and you guys answered them.
That makes you the host.
Do you understand?
Okay.
All right, and I'm Shane, and my YouTube is DudeMan2K, and I'm not the host.
What?
I'm Kyle. I'm the brother of Dude Man, and I am also not the host.
Well, my name is Nathan. My YouTube channel is Kiromatic's Persona. Just call me Kiro or Kiromatic, whatever you want. I am most definitely not the host.
And my name is Ben. I am known as the Howling Armadillo, and I'm the attractive one.
Ooh.
Wow. Out the gate.
Game. Drop everything here. Boom. Lay it on you.
Shut up. Y'all know I'm attractive. I know I'm hot.
All right. Before we get into our actual topics here, I like to call this segment, just throwing it in there for the hell of it. Any games you guys recently been playing that you want to mention? Possibly, preferably, actually, ones that have been released semi-recently?
Shovel Knight.
Does Bravely Default count?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, sure.
It's
why not?
semi-recently.
It is. It's
Well,
recent.
Kind of recent.
Shovel Knight's semi-recent.
Let's
Let's say this.
Batman.
Let's just say this year.
I was gonna say between last episode and this episode,
Yeah.
I've been playing Arcade. It's a new MMO by Tryon Worlds, and it's pretty cool. It's all about exploring and crafting. It's pretty nifty. It's free to play, and I've also been playing a crap ton of CS:GO.
Oh yeah. Well, it's no big surprise being a big Nintendo fan like I am. I have been playing Hyrule Warriors like a lot of people probably.
Thanks. I was hoping someone would say it.
But me being more of a JRPG nerd myself, I do have a lot of Tales games have been coming out recently. I've been playing those. It's Exilia 2 being the most recent one. So yeah, that's me.
Nice. Well, mine are definitely not recent, but I may as well throw them out there anyway. They're actually quite old school. Mass Effect, the first one, and Ocarina of Time.
Wow,
Ocarina.
retro.
Ocarina. Sorry. I have never beat it before, so.
Ocarina is like what you get when you teach an orc ballet.
Fair enough.
Now that would be a good game.
Indeed, I'd play it. It'd be like a rhythm tower defense.
The
Platformer.
greatest game type in the world.
Absolutely.
Rhythm tower defense platformer.
Yes.
I would play it.
Shooter.
Not gonna lie. Oh, if there's shooter in there, that's just too much. But
Bullet hell.
rhythm tower defense, possibly tower defense platform, I'd do it.
Bullet hell.
So what are you guys' opinion on Hyrule Warriors, since that's probably the most recent game that most of us have at least played?
Haven't played it.
Yeah, I figured as much, unfortunately.
I don't know. I would say that it's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. And you definitely need to play it with friends.
I don't know. I haven't played too much on my own, like just a few levels before I started playing with all of you guys. But when I was playing it, I was enjoying it solo. Honestly, it's my first time delving into anything Dynasty Warriors related in general, so as an introduction to the series, I think that was, it was inevitable that Zelda was going to be how I got into that. And what I played, I quite liked. Can't play too much for a extended period of time, though. The kind of gameplay does get old fairly quickly. So, small doses, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd probably say the exact same thing. I was impressed with it, but yeah, don't play too long.
Yeah, I'm on kind of the same boat, actually. It's my first time getting into Dynasty Warriors-esque stuff. So, yeah, it's definitely the best introduction to it, and a lot of people are saying that it's pretty much better than those games. Like, I guess that's kind of people turning on their bias a little bit, though, obviously, but...
I think that's probably more people saying it because Zelda!
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. Zeldu.
Zelda.
But yeah...
Lincoln.
I feel the same way that, I am recording it for my channel, and it is kind of like the longest session I've been able to hold up was an hour, in 40 minutes. So yeah.
1 minute, 40 seconds.
It's a good thing you could say mid-battle.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've only been able to hold up recording for just under 2 hours before I get kind of sick of playing it.
Kill them all and okay, we're done here.
It's just like kill bunches of units, kill more bunches of units, kill more bunches of units.
Help this person by killing a bunch of units.
But I feel that that's kind of just the Dynasty Warriors staple, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is just
that's the whole point. Is you are a one-man army. You are the one who single-handedly decides how the course of battle will go.
Which feels amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For that hour and a half that you're actually feeling amazing.
Yeah, and then after a while, it's like, okay, jump, stab the ground, everything explodes, spin attack, yay, we're done here.
Alrighty,
Zelda, it's like everybody has a spin attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Definitely.
like I've just recorded my 8.5 episode where I was just going back and recollecting things, and it got so old because I was like, oh, I missed this heart piece, I missed this heart container. So it's like going into every level twice because you have to use different characters. It got old really fast, but I got it. I got all the shit I missed, so that'll be fun to edit.
Nice. I can't wait to see it when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, I guess we'll just go right into things now from a happy note to kind of more of a downer note, but it's another part of getting to know us a bit more since this is only the second episode. But we're going to start it off with, what is the worst game you've ever played?
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to have had a tough time with this one. Most of you guys are very smart and look at reviews before you buy.
This is true.
I myself don't do that, but I definitely do that more now. But I was pretty lucky and got a lot of good games just blindly buying them. But one that was just god awful was one called Wet.
Oh yeah.
It's like a modern day assassin game. You're like some chick goes around killing people, and I don't think there's anything good about the game at all.
One good thing is the voice actor was Elijah Dushku.
Okay, I didn't know that. But
She's
the thing
awesome.
I would have personally said was the good thing was actually all the music in the game was 70s music, and it was actually really good.
Cool. I've never heard of Wet. Actually, I have heard of Wet now that I think of it. Yeah.
It's amazingly by Bethesda, too.
Yes, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
We'll
like,
hear
wait,
more
what?
about Bethesda in a bit.
Yeah, I think I want to use Amazing Island for this one. Which,
For the game?
What?
yeah, man.
Oh, what?
Like, I like. There's only one redeeming factor that I could see in the game, and that's like the creature creation, which is kind of this really cool, interesting, drawy thing. But I feel like it just didn't give you enough to actually like predict what you were gonna make with it. And I mean, you can come up with some hilarious things, but overall, it's basically a collection of mini games, and
Not
That's it.
very good.
Not even
games
good.
of that. Yeah.
Some are like immediately you just win. There's like, oh, there's no way to do this badly. Other ones are like, oh my god, this is the hardest thing ever. What the why? Why? And yeah, it's an okay experience, but not really a good game at all.
Okay. I'm still thinking, so someone else has to go.
I'm still thinking.
This
Is not one of those things that the internet can help you on. I can't just like look up games that I have played and then just pick one off of that. It doesn't work that way. So it's just like,
Oh, and I
Yeah.
don't think any of you have played Sonic 06, so you can't just cop out with that.
no, I
I
haven't.
know a really bad one.
I have, but I'm not going to cop out with it.
Yeah. I've played it as well, but Wet was surprisingly worse in my opinion.
Oh dear.
I know Dragon Age 2. It was horrible compared to the first Dragon Age.
Yeah. Well, we'll go with that, actually. If you can't think of a worse game, what is something that didn't quite live up to par of its previous one?
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad when I'm talking to people. They're like, no, Dragon Age 2 is amazing. I'm like, what? Like, cookie cutter dungeons are amazing? Tell me more.
Let's just keep doing the same dungeon through the whole game. Sure.
Sounds terrific.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, I'm happy I thought of the Amazing Island thing, so that
Yeah.
I don't need to be in your guys' position right now.
Ah,
Because
screw
this
you.
seems incredibly frustrating.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I mostly play first-party Nintendo games, and those are generally pretty goddamn solid. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I can't think of a. I mean, there's plenty of Nintendo games where I kind of look at it and just kind of like all the Mario games recently. Those are getting old, but the fact of the matter is they're still good games. So it's like I can't just say it's the worst game I've ever played because just because it's something that I've seen a bunch before, or just because it's not really holding up to something else in the series. It's still a good game.
Yeah.
So not bad, but not fresh.
okay, I guess I'll kind of not using Sonic 06, but sticking within Sonic would be probably
He's
Shadow the
probably
Hedgehog. Though as a kid when I was playing it, I thought it was like a brilliant game just because it was Sonic, but looking back on it now, like almost everything about it makes no sense and is stupid.
That is true. I was very confused why he had like hoverboards and guns all of a sudden.
And guns and guns and guns.
Can you drive in that game? Can you drive and shoot in that game? Because I've never actually played it, but I've always wanted to.
I'm
Jump
not sure if
and
you can
shoot,
drive
man.
and shoot, but you can drive and you can shoot. It's not
Yeah,
you can do
that's-
them both.
It's so weird.
Oh, there's one that I can think of. Final Fantasy 3. Particularly the DS remake of it. I don't know if it's just because I played other better Final Fantasy games first, but that game was just unplayable to me, mostly because the job system was absolutely horrendous. It's every time you like finish, because every time you like want to, you have to switch job classes all the time, and nothing carries over. Even if so, you'll be like increasing your level, and then but it's the job points that actually matter, and it's the job points that are just the worst system in that game. So that just completely ruined the game for me.
I see. As someone who's never played any Final Fantasy, I can't really ever leave an opinion on those games. So
And then Bravely Default came along and did basically pretty much the same job class system, except everything was good.
Yay. Yeah, I'm enjoying Bravely Default right now.
It's a good game. I need to actually, get some grinding done so I can play it properly.
It's a
Well, I'll
good
get
game,
some
but the
grinding
first thing I'm going to talk about is grinding.
It's an RPG.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Sadly.
All right. Moving on from the worst game you've ever played to what was a game that you've played, or maybe even just heard of, if you can't think of a game you've played, of a disappointing ending.
Oh, well.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, I was about to say,
3.
the standard answer to that question.
Mass Effect 3.
Red
Yeah.
or
Okay.
green? Pick one.
Well, let's see here.
Well, dang. I actually never even thought about this. Give me 1 second.
Probably almost every single Tales game. To be honest, I love the games to death, but when you reach their endings, and it's like, really, he was the final boss, or really that was the how it went down.
Well,
Uh,
I don't know. That game is kind of like notorious for pulling cliches and stuff, so it kind of makes sense in that way.
But still, it's just like you get to the end, especially like Vesperia hyped it up probably the most, and then they just like, oh, never mind, it was just this guy. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when he said that.
so that's where my probably most disappointing ending came from, because the entire game was like solid for me. For me, being a fan of the game, it was solid until I reached the end.
Yeah, I'm still having trouble with this one.
I want to say Mass Effect 3, but it's just so obvious.
So easy.
I picked Tetris.
There is no end to Tetris. There will be Tetris.
Forever.
I guess saying Mario is probably out of the question as well, since they all have the same ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not exactly like it's a disappointment. It's like it's exactly what you set out to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, I came here to save the princess, and I saved the princess. All right, we're good to go.
All I got was a cake. Dang it.
Damn cake.
Let's see, frick. It's like, I want to say, Star Fox 64.
What?
I mean, the payoff for like killing Andros is cool, and that awesome like run at the end is awesome. So I
Right.
don't know if this is a good answer or not, and it's probably not, and I might change it later.
If you do the crappy final boss, it's a bad ending.
Oh, yeah.
But when you do the actual Andros with the brain,
Yeah, and you have to like escape the tunnel.
it's like
and,
so freaking intense.
Yeah, that is actually incredibly intense. But I mean, like, if you do like the regular ending because you're not incredibly crazy and really good at the game like me,
It's me.
or so, yeah, like I said, terrible.
I know of the other ending, but I've never played that level.
What? It's like the best part.
Yeah, man.
I know that. I just can't get to it.
You just kind of like walk into a room. They're like, "You guys are awesome," and then we're like, "We have to go," and then they leave. That's it. Then they run for days while the credits roll.
It's like, how do they move? They have like metal legs. Oh wait, no, that's the original Star Fox.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
So
It's kind of weird when you think. Isn't the original Star Fox like still have Slippy in them?
well, I think that's only the rabbit whose name I can't.
Peppy.
Peppy,
Peppy, yeah.
I was like Pepper. No.
Peppy. General Pepper is the dog.
Yeah, that's what was confusing me. So yeah, I don't know.
I thought that the original Star Fox had like the same, team.
Well, that was just Peppy. Yes, Peppy.
Come on, dude. We just went over this.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about other games that I could use, so I
Yeah,
don't
I
get a
know.
whole bunch of angry fanboys.
Because I know the original Star Fox had like, the Pigma and Peppy and James.
I know a really
I don't know if
bad
they're what you
ending
played as in the first one.
to a really good game
Oh,
was the first Borderlands.
Yes. That was such a disappointing ending.
But then
happened?
Borderlands 2 came out, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
What happens at the end of Borderlands? I can't remember. You just be like, "Got into the vault." End.
No, you got to the vault, and then a big tentacle monster spawns, then you kill the monster, and then that's it.
Oh wow.
No loot, amazing loot or anything like they
Yeah,
promised
like
you at
the
the
loot
beginning.
drops weren't even good.
oh, no.
Yeah. See, I thought I forgot something. Apparently, I didn't forget anything. Apparently, it's
Yeah.
just that bad.
Just happens.
Yeah, just.
Wow, though. I mean, oh no, I'm not going to use that. I can't use it because I haven't even. I'll mention it because I hear that the boss of Fallout 3 is really bad because he's just like a regular guy that you can just smack around.
That's true. I can confirm that one. I've seen that whole thing.
But I don't know what happens after that, so it's kind of a bad thing.
What happens after that is, unless you've got the DLC, you have to either send some lady in to die in like a radiation chamber, or you have to go and die in a radiation chamber while the super mutant stands there and watches you. Super mutants being immune to radiation.
Yeah.
And then I think they released like a DLC that fixed that, because that's not the what I saw. It wasn't out when I first saw the ending to that game though.
Yeah.
I was just like watching it, and the guy just like character goes in and kills himself, and it's just like, why didn't we just send in the guy who was like immune to radiation? It's just like, well, you can't expect them to plan for every eventuality. Fuck you, man. They just programmed it so you could have this super mutant follow you to the area. So why the fuck can't you use them? It was really stupid. Not only was the
Common
boss
sense.
lame, but everything after that was pretty lame as well. And then they fixed it, so that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least they tried.
Yeah,
They still care about us.
the boss, as far as I know, stayed the same though, so they can still
use
work
that.
on that.
Yeah, like Halo 4, the ending was pretty crazy with like Cortana sacrificing herself and stuff, but the boss ending in a quick time event
Shut up,
was
Tom.
so bad.
That was really lame.
Is it at least a cool QuickTime event?
No,
It's like it's one button.
it basically most of it is just like you trying to climb onto a fucking bridge, and then you just stick a grenade to the guy. I think.
Yeah. They blows up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bad.
One that really disappointed me was in the Professor Layton series. The second game in the series, Diabolical Box, had a pretty disappointing ending because, the Professor Layton series, one of the strongest things about it is that the plot is always really freaking solid, right? I mean, that's the whole point of it is you play the game so you can like unravel this huge mystery, right? The disappointing thing about it though was in the first game, the ending reveals that the town you've been traveling in is actually all automated. All the people you've been talking to are just really well programmed robots, right? That's a bit confusing, but at the same time, it's pretty cool. So not terrible. On the other hand, though, then you played through the Diabolical Box, and it starts off really cool. It takes place on like this train for like the first half, and the train's really cool, and you go to this town, and the town seems really cool, and then you get to the end and you find out that the village isn't real and it's all an illusion. So it's basically like the first one except lamer. And it's got a kick-ass fight scene between Professor Layton and the villain. Like they get into this sword fight, and it kind of blows your mind because holy fucking shit, this top hat dude's fighting with a sword. He's like an expert fencer, and you're just like, where did that come from? But then after the sword fight, it's just like, wait, everything was an illusion? This was all in our minds? What the shit? That makes no sense whatsoever, and it's like a lamer version of the first game's ending. Everything's fake because it's actually robots compared to everything's fake because it's fakey.
Damn. Alrighty, what about a game that had a ton of hype before its release and then it was lame?
Well,
I don't care if you've played it or not. If you just know of a game that was like, oh my god.
Ooh,
Every Sonic game ever.
oh, shots.
Up to like the most recent ones.
I mean,
The first ones because people weren't really getting hype for those yet.
yeah.
Basically just that middle section of Sonic games. Unleashed, the Black Knight, the Arabian Nights one, that's Secret Rings.
Secret Rings.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's just like a whole bunch of Sonic games in the middle. There's Shadow the Hedgehog, I suppose, would be another one. There's all these Sonic games in the middle. Like once they tried to switch off the 2D, it took them until Colors to get the formula basically right again. But there's that whole middle section where everything was terrible. I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 was Okay, basically everything after that, and before Colors.
Man, Sonic
You hear
Adventure 2 was
about it and
awesome.
everybody's just like, Sonic, 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 we love Sonic, it's gonna be great. And the game comes out and they're like, I still love you. They don't talk about how great it is anymore. They just talk about how, no, we still like it.
I mean,
06.
I'm gonna steal.
06.
I'm gonna steal probably someone's answer here and just say Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. I hear when people actually got their hands on it. So
Yeah, I think
there's that whole graphics thing. And
the graphics downgrade. The graphics still looked good, but because they were downgraded, it just looked like shit.
Especially since the downgrade was completely like unnecessary. It's like there's better graphics built into the game, and they just cut it down for some reason.
Yeah, 'cause there's
I'm thinking of the right game, right? I was sure that Watch Dogs was the one where like somebody found out that there was like actually way higher quality like
that's the right game.
graphics built in. Yeah. Okay. Good. That was kind of I still don't really understand what the idea behind that was. It was like were they like planning to release an update? Hey, buy this DLC for not so shitty graphics. Yeah.
I think they actually released it as a mod for the PC version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
actual developers did.
Ah.
They're just like, oh, here's the mod that can give you better graphics now because we know you hate it.
yeah.
That's really weird though.
The main character was so lame. A lot of the other characters were quite enjoyable, but the main character, the guy you are, is just such a douche.
Of course he's a douche. He like basically just runs around and hacks into people's bank accounts all the time, doesn't he?
Fair enough.
Just bumps into random stranger in the streets. He's like, huh, that guy's got money in his bank accounts. Click. And now he doesn't.
Just bumped into me. You are poor now.
Yeah, basically.
That just cost you a couple $1,000.
It's like some kind of douchey chat room moderator in real life. Do anything to slight me and face the wrath of the band hammer.
Brink.
My problem is that I can't think of anything but Brink right now, and it's killing me because
It's okay because
I hate
Brink
Brink.
is just
I pre-ordered it,
It's bad enough for
It's
two
terrible.
people to say.
and I'm so angry,
and there was that like trailer or whatever years before it came out.
and it looked so good.
It was amazing.
There's
Do you
even
know what
that like gameplay footage.
Is
before
that
it's
why you
released.
refuse to pre-order games now, Kyle?
It's one of the reasons, yes.
Does anyone know what that trailer was called? I totally want people to go look it up if they haven't seen it before.
I will look it up.
Okay, go look that up. We're gonna make people watch it eventually. Then you'll be
To
like,
the interwebs.
You just want the like Brink like promotional trailer or the
yeah,
gameplay
the
trailer?
one that came out that made you excited for the game, basically.
While we're waiting, I suppose. One game I've heard is not doing so good, and just recently came out was Bayonetta 2.
Really?
Really?
At least in Japan, but a lot of people are saying it was
bad
released
boys.
in the same week as Smash Brothers. Maybe that has something to do with it.
That would definitely
but-
have something to do with
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, in Japan it pretty much tanked in its original release. Its first week was shit, but it probably is doing better now.
Has it come out over here yet?
October.
October. Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's
getting
one of
there.
those ones that I want to see the reviews on before I buy, but I've definitely been considering it.
Man, another game. Ruse. Ruse looked awesome.
Oh yeah.
But it was all a ruse.
It was awesome.
It's a brilliant title for a game that looked amazing, but then was shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, shit. Oh my god.
I don't even know what Ruse is. So
Nope, not actually the dark
It's a
mode. Is it an
strategy game.
MMO?
No, it's a real-time strategy game. It was
Okay.
another one that had this amazing promotional trailer where these two guys were sitting across like a hologram table and moving units with their hands and like putting fake units in places and doing awesome stuff.
Like, and it was all Ruse.
And then you found out that it doesn't actually come with a table.
I know, right?
Like, I want a table.
I want my hollow table. I want it now.
And then yeah, we played it and it was like this is actually just really bad.
No.
I'm gonna wait for StarCraft 2 to come out.
Hey. Did you find it, Kyle?
Yeah, do you want me to link it in YouTube or?
Just
Well, it won't do them much good. We'll just make sure we can stick it in the description.
yeah, stick it in the description.
Yeah. I'm not gonna watch it right now because it might mess up the recording or some shit. So
Yeah, no. It's probably unprofessional to go watch a video in the middle of it.
I would imagine so, yes.
Nah, it's fine.
Here's another one that I hear a lot about from the internet and whatnot as far as games that don't live up to the hype would be every Fable game after the first one.
Even the first one though.
But you couldn't
Even the
watch
first one?
trees grow in real time.
I wanted to plant that acorn.
And
It's just
you
like
talk to Travis about Fable,
this-
that's all he says.
the thing I saw about the it's like the developers like way of selling you. That last Halo was shit, guys. Next Halo is gonna be way better. Releases next Halo. Let's just repeat that.
Dang, Fable.
Every Halo game that gets released since. Last one was shit. Next one, I got this.
Talking about Fable or Halo?
Fable.
Okay, because you were saying Halo, I'm pretty sure.
I was saying
Yeah, you
Fable.
said Halo.
You
It
were
did sound
definitely
like
saying
Halo for whatever reason, but
Okay, I was saying Fable. I'm just gonna blame the Skype call on that one because I was definitely saying Fable.
yeah.
yeah.
100%. Though that being said, the most recent Halo was kind of a disappointment.
Yes, that is true though.
Pretty solid as far as gameplay goes, but I mean, I don't know. The new guns did absolutely nothing for me, first of all.
Nope.
Like they that was one of the big things, is like, look at all the cool new stuff you get to play with, and it's like, I think I'll just stick with all the old stuff that's really awesome, thank you. Big Tim's. Missile launcher. Yeah, rockets. That's the Big Tim's. I suppose we haven't played any Halo on any of our channels yet, so I haven't made that a thing yet. It will be a thing,
Spoiler
though.
alert, I'm sure it'll be coming.
Big Tim.
All right. Is there anyone who hasn't gone yet?
No, we've all gone quite a while ago. We're just
I've
really
gone
on
twice.
this-
Next question.
Hooray, we're moving away from negative and want to go to a bit of negative and positive at the same time. Yay! What are some pros and some cons to free-to-play games?
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna be Captain Obvious here and say, well, they're free.
Yeah.
That's a great starting point, actually. Free-to-play games are free.
And one big con,
I had no
Which,
idea I got to get in on this.
Star Wars The Old Republic, everything is literally behind a paywall.
Yeah, I was about to say that may not actually be a good
transactions
thing.
out the ass. Yeah, it's a
Well,
con,
yeah, that would be one of the cons of free-to-play games. Is they often like to pull microtransactions. They'll say they're free, like all the cell phone games and iPad games out there. They get
God.
notorious for this, right? Like,
Yep.
here's a game, and it's free to play until you get into it. At which point, hey, pay us some money, and you can keep on going. Pay
Yep.
us some money, and we'll let you beat the games.
Yeah.
Let you beat this level, eat with less trouble.
Yeah, which
I
is
think
like in Star
It's
Wars.
something that's I don't know about Star Wars. I've never actually
Man,
played the old.
You can
one
only
myself.
play like 3 races. All the rest you have to pay for it.
Which 3 races?
Human, the not Sith, but like the Darth Maul dudes.
Trandoshans, maybe? No, that's not Trandoshans.
No, not Trandoshan.
What?
Radic? I don't know, something. I forget. And then one more. I forget the other one.
Zabrak, that was it. Zabrak.
Yeah, Zabrak. That's it.
And then, what's the other one?
I'm not sure.
I mean, like, I think the only problem with free to play is that, like, it's really hard to do well. You really need to get your microtransactions down, and you need to make it like so that the microtransactions
So it's
are
not
cool,
pay to win.
but they
Yeah.
don't affect the game so much that it takes away from the non-payers.
That's
Yeah.
why I
League
like
of
games
Legends
where
and
it's like Guild Wars
Smite are
2.
like two that come to mind that have done it right, you know?
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I feel Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Like,
Oh
they
yeah,
don't-
Hearthstone too. I haven't played Hearthstone, but I
Me
definitely
either.
agree with you. I've seen their system and it's a good one.
Yeah, it's actually really awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But- When it comes to free to play, it's mostly about microtransaction discussion.
Basically, because
It's
that's
all
how
about-
they make their money, right? If
Yeah.
there weren't any microtransactions, there wouldn't be free to play games at all. The problem is there's so many companies out there that like to really squeeze you with them.
See,
Mm.
that-
EA.
Yeah.
Not in the good way.
and
Mhm.
Phoenix too.
It's a bad squeeze. Bad touch.
Oh man.
It's weird though because I've never seen a free to play game have like an ad. Because like I've always wondered like if free to play games could have like an ad banner at the top of the screen and then make their money that way instead of.
Oh yeah,
Microtransactions.
Flappy Bird, right?
I've seen
Oh
plenty
yeah,
of
so I was
ads
thinking
for.
about like free to play MMOs.
No.
I've seen plenty of free to play. Like I've seen plenty of ads for League of Legends around the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Oh,
while you're
yes.
playing League of Legends though.
No, not that way.
I mean, for Flappy Bird and like iOS games, yeah, that's like super common. But
Oh,
why
yeah.
is it not common in something like Knights of the Old Republic or like Rift?
Yeah, I see
Right.
what you're saying. So like,
Not
if-
Knights of the Old Republic. It's the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
the RPG game.
So
It's so good.
it's super
Yeah,
simple.
I'd say the Republic is awesome.
yes,
Although,
but-
Yeah.
it's like walking around in League of Legends and then seeing advertisement for hand cream on the back of the turret would make me laugh.
I actually don't mind product placement.
That'd
Replace
be-
trees with like signposts for like EA Sports.
Yeah.
EA Sports.
It's the first thing that came to mind.
Esports, maybe. Not EA Sports.
I was
love-
thinking about like the old Burnout game.
Oh yeah.
Now it's hilarious because it's like, oh, new Axe body spray that doesn't exist anymore because that game came out forever ago. Not Tony Hawk. Oh frick, Tiger Woods 2000. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to see those old ads.
Remember seeing a Far Cry 2 ad in Rainbow Six, same company, but that's pretty awesome. It was like before I even heard the game was coming out, that then there was an ad for it in the game. It's like, what? Alrighty,
Yeah.
now. Well, have the ad, Nathan?
No, I was gonna say yeah. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think so. I think we.
Play, yeah.
What about free to play? Now we go to pay to play. Now, is there anything at all that would warrant any of you guys to actually pay a monthly fee to play a game?
Well, I already do it with 2 games.
We'll start with you then. Why do you play the games? It's like, why do you pay monthly?
Let's start with
Well-
what games they are.
Yeah,
Well, WoW.
Yeah.
I haven't really played it much, but I still pay it
Ah,
because I guess it's WoW, and it's kind of hard to beat WoW. They've just done such a good job.
it's basically it is like the king of MMOs, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's just like so simple and just
and
fun.
yeah, that's one that's tipped me for a long time. The only issue is like I don't know anybody who plays it who's not like way higher leveled than me.
Oh,
So
man,
it's kinda
just
like-
tell me and I'll level somebody with you. But yeah,
Yeah, that's one that I've always looked at. I'm just kind of like, yes, please, because I was so into the freaking Warcraft 3.
yeah,
So it's
the
kind
lore
of
is
funny.
amazing.
Yeah, the lore to those games is fantastic. Even though you have to get leveled 80 or whatever the fuck to, actually continue it. Until then, it's all like, yo,
almost 100
kill them puppies.
Those
Kill
fluffy
them puppies. I swear to God, the fate of the country depends on it.
Like the
Could
government
really
will
use some war
collapse.
dust right now. Just saying.
And then the other
It's
one,
like everything in World of Warcraft is like a butterfly effect, eh? If you don't do this mundane task, the entire horde will be destroyed. Now go get me a new pair of pants.
and what's
saw
your
it
second
myself.
one?
It's Arcade, the one I just started.
Okay.
It's free to play, but you get like a bunch of bonuses if you subscribe. And it
Oh.
was like $12, so I was like, hey, $12 for 3 months, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I was like, might as well just give them a little bit while I
It's
test
not
it out. And so you
Yeah.
get like a 10% experience boost, and like you ignore queues in
Wow,
the servers.
that's
Yeah,
good.
that
pretty cool.
is good.
And I'm liking the game so far. My friends play it, so. And I just love that with subscribed games, not necessarily free-to-play games, you get updates almost every week. And I don't know, I just love how they update the games. Like WoW gets really good updates. And
Oh yeah.
See,
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is that like, if you want me to subscribe to a game, you better be improving the heck out of your game,
Yeah.
because if
yeah,
you're
for
not gonna do
constant
anything,
stream.
Yeah.
it's useless. I'm just giving you money for no reason. And that's
Yeah.
why I was gonna cite World of Warcraft for being awesome like that.
Yeah, World of Warcraft is the one that kind of sets the standards as far as that goes. I think as far as pay to play games, like it's really all about how much enjoyment you get out of it, right?
Uh-huh.
Like how much does it cost every month to play World of Warcraft, right? Like
It's about
what-
15.
yeah, $15, that's what I thought. And like consider how much time you can put into that game for $15 a month.
Yeah.
It's like there's like entire at this point there's like entire consoles worth of contents in World of Warcraft, right?
hmm
It's
Yeah.
scary.
It's well exactly like, it's gotten so out of control, and yet it's $15 a month, right?
hmm
I mean, I went and bought Hyrule Warriors the other day for $60. I don't think I'll be playing that a month from now, right?
I
Once
think
I-
it's 70 now. Game prices have increased.
Yeah.
Took
Yeah,
years, but
keeps-
they have increased.
it just keeps jumping up. Yeah, that's another thing. Meanwhile, like but then you look at World of Warcraft and like, I mean, I put hours and hours and hours into that game when I played it before, and I got to like level 40.
Oh, dude,
And-
you got higher than me.
Well, I got to level 40, basically got to the point where I could like equip all the like higher tier armor onto my warriors. Like, yeah, all right, I'm done. Like, I can finally equip plate armor. I am satisfied with everything. Yeah, and I just never went back to it. I don't know if I had, like, that's a game. It's also a game like, you know, really big social interaction thing too.
Yeah.
Right?
The social
You can't play
experience
that by
is really-
yourself.
If,
Yeah,
if the community in an MMO is non-existent, no one's gonna play it.
yeah.
Yeah.
An MMO is nothing without the first M and the second M. Those M's really make the difference. Massive multiplayer. Without that, you just got an online role-playing game that you pay like a bunch of money per month on.
Yeah.
That ain't so good.
Yeah. If there's like a single player game with a monthly subscription, I don't think anybody would touch it.
Yeah,
Mm.
why?
There'd be no
It's like,
point.
this is stupid. This is not worth my time.
Yeah, they don't need servers, and servers are the costly thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really all about, you know, if the people subscribe to these things because, you know, they get that certain level of enjoyment out of it, which is obviously important, and, you know, the enjoyment and the amount of content people provide for it. Again, World of
Yeah.
Warcraft sets the standard on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
we're trailing
much.
off. Next question.
I think that's like the
also,
first thing he's said
Also,
in like in the last couple minutes.
Yeah. Unless Shane was going to say something, right?
yeah. Also, I just want to point out that I'm not the host.
Okay.
No.
Thank you for that.
God damn it.
Just need to clarify.
not the host.
Just to say something in this topic, I guess.
Yes,
I
please.
have played Phantasy Star Online 2, and it kind of has the same thing where it is free to play, but you can subscribe if you can figure out all that Japanese nonsense.
You know, I
And
would. It's English.
um,
Insta subscribe right there.
but it does it badly though, because you don't get enough out of subscribing to that for it to be worthwhile. But it also doesn't cost that much. It's only like $5, but you're not getting enough out of it. To me, it's just like, sure, there's extra space in each
Jeez.
lobby, right? So it's like the lobby's full unless you're a subscribed user, then you can still join that lobby.
Yeah.
how little shit do they have to provide for $5 to not be worth it?
Well, I don't know. It's like 5 Japanese.
Five Japanese bucks.
Yen?
So what would warrant
yen
playing that game
No,
for $5?
it's not
a
5
month?
yen. I don't know, but like
500 yen? I don't think they have any other
yeah,
currency. It's
I
just
don't
yen
know.
over
They
there,
call
right?
it like it's like web money, right? So it transfers
Bitcoin?
your
Yeah,
it transfers your yen
Dogecoin.
into web money, and then your web
Bitcoin?
money like,
Bitcoin, yeah.
I don't know.
That's the big one as far as web money goes. Don't get into that. It's
Or
a
just
death
like-
trap for your wallets.
Exactly. So, but anyway, it just becomes not really worth it paying, $5, even if it was just $5 when you're barely getting any bonuses for playing it for free. So
Yeah.
that's basically so I could say something in this topic.
Yes, but on that topic, what would it take for that game to be worth $5 a month?
To not cross the border and to pay to win.
Yeah, that too.
That's kind of just a given, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, Fantasy Star already is borderline pay to win, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
Shoot.
I mean, most of the items you don't really have access to unless you use the web money to buy the in-game money.
Oh my god.
So yeah, no, that's exactly what pay to win is.
So,
Yeah.
Not
that
playing
being
PSO2.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can find every weapon, or you could buy bonuses that give you like 150% chance of finding it faster.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pay to win, all right.
Yes.
I'd
Also
still play
known
it
as
'cause it's Fantasy
Bulge.
Star.
And then it's just like you can subscribe and still have to pay to win. So
Oh my god.
Hmm.
See, I think
Yeah.
like small bonuses, like you were saying with the other game you're playing that I can't remember because it's not WoW. Yeah, it gave you a 10% experience bonus.
Like that's
And-
barely anything.
Yeah, that's like nothing, but it's enough that you will jump ahead slowly.
Mhm.
And maybe if it increased like a fine rate, maybe a little bit. That would
Yeah,
be
and
pretty
also
interesting,
there's
but
this.
only a little bit.
There's your experience, and then you also have labor, and labor is used to do crafting and stuff. And if you're not a subscriber, you get labor every 5 minutes for being logged in. But if you're a subscriber, you get labor when you're logged off. So you
Wow.
accumulate labor, and you use that for crafting and doing certain things within the world. Like you can build a house and stuff.
Couldn't you just leave your game logged on and have the same effect?
Yeah, you could, but
Yeah.
that takes up a lot of computer.
I suppose.
But no,
yeah,
that's like just small stuff, right?
Yeah. And depends if they have an idle timeout or not too.
Yeah,
Oh
that's,
yeah, they also have that. Yeah.
Okay, well that would make sense.
you can't just sit there all tabbed. Now on YouTube.
Just tape your arrow key down.
I was gonna say yeah.
And circles.
Walk into a wall for 3 hours.
Yeah. Just get a crowd of like other people just watching. What is he doing?
The first guy to ever think of it too. This guy's
Like all
so
these people
weird.
just staring at him like, what? Oh, I get it.
Did he fall asleep at his computer? What?
All of a sudden, the next day, there's just everyone just walking against the wall.
It's
Only
like
that wall.
the whole wall is just like people.
just
Everybody just thinks the wall is special.
yeah.
It's like
There's
praise be
like
the
a-
wall. The wall.
There's like a
protects
couple
us.
people who have caught on. There's like a bunch of people who are just like legitimately walking the wall because I think they'll get something out of it. It's like that airport for McHugh in like the middle of an empty hallway thing.
Yeah, and then he'll just start a line.
Should start a thing about that, like game psychology. See what we could trick people into doing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like all the shit people pull with the new iPhones.
Yeah.
iPhone
oh god,
Wave now recharges in the microwave.
Oh,
Go for it. I swear to God it works. Look at this professional looking fake ad we've made for you.
Oh, it has a guy in a suit. You know it's good.
Yes. Go ahead.
Shocking.
Microwave your iPhones.
Oh my god.
oh man.
Save that for another day though.
Yeah. All right. Opinions on add-ons, cosmetics, and other extras, like basically post-production shit they sell you after the game's out.
Yeah.
Opinion on that?
See,
I don't know
for
what
me,
to think.
it depends, and this needs to be with like how like transparent the company is being with you, because there's people like Capcom who will like have on-disc DLC locked away, and you just have to like
Yeah,
wallet,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, that is retarded.
absolutely.
But DLC that was specifically made after the game is like done, like they couldn't have fit any more in the game, and they wanted to help the game along,
Yeah.
and they need to get money for server costs or whatever. Just anything that'll add on to the game.
Yeah.
For the sake of adding on to the game and not for the sake of getting into our wallets, I am 100% down with.
Yeah. It's like the gaming industry. There's certain companies that start pulling this bullshit where they think that they can just like charge you for stuff that should have been provided in the first place.
Yeah.
That is just so unacceptable on so many levels. Like
Well,
I mean, again, I play Nintendo for the most part. Nintendo's, pretty safe from that, right? But I think about like the Mystery Dungeon series, for example. The second game in the series had like a ridiculous amount of content in it. Like absolutely absurd levels of content in this game, right? The third in the series, jack shit. And from what I've heard, it's just a whole bunch of freaking DLC that you have to do if you want to get more dungeons. That sort of thing is just freaking terrible, especially since people can just look back in the series and see other games that have all this extra content that should have been there in the first place.
exactly. That sounds
In
like-
other news, I hate how whenever I start talking and everybody goes silent, I can hear myself through Gordon's microphone.
Hi, man.
I was gonna say Destiny's actually getting flack for that at the moment. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wait, there's DLC for Destiny?
They released a patch for the game, which then revealed a bunch of levels in the game that are gonna be DLC. Because-
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it was just like they were looking through the stories and just like, oh, there's like these 6 or 7 new little storylines that are definitely going to be DLC.
No, they're.
yeah.
I don't think it's the DLC that it's going to be. They're releasing updates that release actual content.
Okay. See, that's cool. If you're
Yeah.
just giving us content, I am
Yeah.
100% down
Yeah,
with that.
because they're building it like an MMO because they've already released a full-on raid through updates.
Yeah, see, and I was
Okay.
about to mention that.
Well, it's just like because they had like weird names. It was just like you have yet to unlock or this pack or something. So I wasn't sure.
It could be that they're just not ready to come out with that yet.
Yeah,
I guess we'll
because-
see in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're stuttering their updates so that content comes out at a steady pace so they don't lose people.
Good plan.
Yeah, it is a good
Yeah,
one for sure.
We just
Definitely.
start harping
As long
on,
as you don't have to pay every time they throw out some new content, right? That's the big
Yeah.
thing.
No, they have 2 expansions planned, and that's it.
Okay.
See, that just goes back to like the clarity of the game developers. I mean, they're telling you this stuff at least. It's not like, oh, you don't know when they started working on the DLC for games that have DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to have better clarification on that because all I saw was like IGN was accusing them of hiding this DLC that was already in the game.
Now,
So-
IGN can't be trusted anyway.
Yeah.
So. This game was terrible. I couldn't stand it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. And, unfortunately, I feel really bad because I'm going to be talking about another game by Bethesda. So I talked about Wet. I talked about Brink.
They're big boys. They can handle it.
Yeah, they are. Oblivion had a DLC, The Shivering Isles and like Knights of the Nine. Amazing. I loved them. Played it so much. They were really good. Really worth the money, the extra. And then they came out with
Especially that horse armor.
Horse Armor. Was just the stupidest DLC I've ever seen.
Wait, was it literally just horse armor?
Yeah, it gave you
What?
iron and elven horse armor.
And who took Iron? Come on, Elvin was so cool.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
yeah, that was their DLC. It's called the horse armor pack or something like that, and that's what it gave you.
And then
How
40
much
Microsoft
did it
content.
I
cost?
I don't know. It wasn't like ridiculous,
Like, if
but
it costed anything over $1 or $2, it is ludicrous.
That's it. It was like $3.
Yeah.
It was
I think
140 Microsoft points.
yeah, about $3.
Well, that's. I don't know.
I don't know, but
Did the horse armor actually offer, like.
Nope. That only.
Like, I'm all down for customization. so long as it's not ridiculously overpriced.
It was just customization, though, right? No actual
Cosmetic,
bonuses.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I vaguely I couldn't remember for sure whether that was the case. So yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. I didn't get it personally because I never used a horse because I was like, but how will I upgrade my athleticism?
Fair point.
Man, I couldn't wait to get 100 athleticism, and then I could run on water.
Yeah, I never got that far.
Yeah, me neither. But I saw the tooltip.
There's definitely an enchantment that allowed you to walk in water, so...
That's so they get you. They show you them tech trees. There's like, look what you can do here.
If you grind,
Yeah,
run
after
across the
you run
world.
against a wall for 400 hours.
Well, there you go.
That's what they were
This
doing.
is why the Elder Scrolls isn't a freaking MMO, because that would be everything. You walk around a town, it's just everybody walking to walls or jumping in place.
But
It's
it is.
an
It's called
MMO.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, there's
Oh, I forgot that was a thing now.
definitely...
I don't play Elder Scrolls, okay? Shut up.
Me either.
But yeah, I completely forgot that was a thing. My bad.
Oh, man.
Is that basically what Elder Scrolls Online is, though?
No.
No.
they
Well, I can't talk about it. 'cause I don't know.
I played that for a little bit.
Yeah, actually, let's sit Doom Man talk about it because I've never touched it. Because it's key.
It's basically like it's like Elder Scrolls, just like bare bones. I don't know. The story was good, but like how you level up skills and stuff was like completely different.
Which is kind of annoying, because as annoying as the grinding is, I gotta say, I always thought that the level up system in Elder Scrolls looked kind of appealing in its own way.
Oh yeah.
Like just the fact that you could upgrade everything, and everything had like a stat attached to it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, and another Elder Scrolls Online. Didn't they have the monthly subscription, but also they locked a race, and the only way to get it was to pre-order the
Oh
game.
yeah. Imperial.
That was,
Oh.
The only way?
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, I didn't think it was oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, it wasn't pre-order. It was,
Was it?
collector's edition.
Well,
That's like just as bad.
Yeah.
pretty much just as bad.
That's basically the same thing.
I mean, I guess
I
you
don't-
can kind of upgrade later, so it's not
Yeah.
terrible, but it's also not great. I
It's
kind of
not
don't like
as
it when they.
bad as pre-order only, but still pretty bad.
I mean, I don't really mind if it's like a DLC kind of thing. Like, here's this thing you get if you pay extra attention to their game. That's okay, as long as it's still open to other players.
Mhm.
Like, think Hyrule Warriors, right? Everybody who pre-ordered the game got a skin pack, right, based on how you pre-ordered it, like through Amazon or whatever. Like, I went through IGN, I get the Ocarina of Time skin pack, even though I haven't actually, taken that yet.
Me either, yeah.
Oh yeah, another thing you
but
collector's
I
edition.
mean, you can buy the other skin packs. I don't think you can buy them yet, but they'll become available later on in the shop. This is what I've heard, at least.
I hope so.
That's fine, though. I mean, like, if that is the case, that's fine. I mean, as long as the content's still open to other players. I mean, it's like, the pre-order thing, everybody's saying, like, that's shady. How dare Nintendo do this? But, it's just them saying, like, you're paying extra attention to our game. You're guaranteeing us money, and we're just going to give you something for that. Something small, something cosmetic, not really a big deal at all. Cosmetic changes, I don't really... I think that as far as paying for stuff goes, if it's just cosmetic, it's not really that big a deal, as long as it's, minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Costumes have always been just like, I'm always okay with downloading a free costume for a couple bucks, whatever.
A free costume for a couple bucks. let's
Yeah,
let's
sorry.
think about that.
I meant to spare costume. Sorry, yeah, an
Yeah.
extra costume or spare. If I
Gotcha.
I'll throw, I don't know, $5 to get like a costume set or something. Like, that's fine with me.
I would not spend $5 on a singular costume, though. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are expensive. Textiles.
And then I'm thinking about all the money I've put into League of Legends skins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nathan will just bloody buy other people's skins.
Yeah. Oh, I won't buy them for myself.
Riot Blitzcrank, yes.
Yeah, another
I'm
thing
not nearly
that came
good
with-
enough to get Riot Blitzcrank, but I've got Riot Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
Another thing that came with the collector's edition is you got a horse, and usually it took anybody to get enough money to get a horse. If they saved, you had to be at least like level 25. You get enough money for a horse.
Oh wow.
But this gives you a horse for 1 gold. So that's why everybody bought the collector's edition, because they wanted a freaking horse.
Yeah.
How
That
much more was
that
the
the worst
collector's
thing.
edition?
It was like $11 more or something like that. So it was like $70.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, we're talking about how some of this stuff isn't worth it. Like, you're talking about like the horse armor thing for Skyrim not being worth enough, and then I think about like games like League of Legends where the skin packs vary a great deal, and some of them cost quite a bit of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of weird in a way that we're saying that some of this is unacceptable and some of it is acceptable, and
Yeah,
yet
it's
the
very,
price
like-
is really all over the place.
Yeah.
I think it's really more about what we care about isn't so much the prices, it's just how people go about it.
Yeah.
Like, we all look at like this, you look at stuff like the Skyrim thing, or just like they're just charging us extra for this much for something so minute, and we take issue with that. Meanwhile, League of Legends gives you all the best stuff in the game for free, right? Or at the very least, you have to earn like, if you want to get, there's stuff you can buy in that game. I'm throwing air quotes around that though, if you want to be a better player, because it requires you to, it only uses the in-game points you get for playing the game, right? Meanwhile, everything you spend money on is pretty much
Cosmetic.
entirely cosmetic, and so really, it's not about the prices, clearly, because some of those skins cost a shitload of money compared to some of what you pay on other things. It's really all about the company. It's how they go about it.
Well, with League of Legends, it's not always just a skin, though. Sometimes there's different voices and other things.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that would warrant 20. Like, I don't know if it would still warrant $20.
I
It
spent
wouldn't,
$20 on a skin.
Yeah, exactly. It really wouldn't. Like, the money I've put into League of Legends, I think about it, I'm like, for what I've gotten for the money I've spent on it, it's not that much. But at the same time, I give them the money because I like how they're doing business.
And the thing is with League of Legends, too, is that it's a free-to-play game, so we didn't actually pay anything to play it anyway.
To begin
Exactly.
with, yeah.
So
Exactly.
it kind of feels like, why not spend a couple more bucks here?
Exactly, because when I spend money on League of Legends, I'm not thinking like I need to get this skin. What I'm looking at is, what I'm doing is I'm saying, this company makes a good quality game, and I love playing that game. They've given it to me for free. When I go out and I buy like a card for League of Legends, what I'm really thinking to myself is generally like, I want to reward them for the good game that they have given me for free.
Yeah.
That's really what it's all about. It's because I like the way they are doing business. I am saying, here, take my money.
It's funny,
You
that's
have earned
that's
it.
not at all what I'm thinking.
Oh, what did you
Me,
think?
it's like, that skin looks cool. I want a skin.
I want that skin.
Well, I mean, obviously, wanting his skin is part of it, because I wouldn't just spend the money if I didn't think I was going to get anything I liked out of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I didn't like how the company was doing business, I wouldn't just throw some money at it so I could make my characters look fancy. But half the time, I like playing without skins, anyways. Well, some of the time.
Depends on the champion. Obviously.
Depends on the champion.
And the
Some of
people
them
you
have
play
terrible
with.
skins.
I mean, if we could have one person not be having a skin and the rest of us having a skin, we could be Team
Team
Foreskin.
Foreskin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's value in that.
There is value.
The good old
Valuable
days.
lesson that 4 of us should spend money and the other one doesn't, so we can make Team Foreskin.
Truth.
That is the magic of League of Legends.
Yes.
All right.
That's
Did we burn this down to the ground yet? Or?
Strong note.
Nothing is stronger than foreskin.
No, yeah.
All right.
Totally Foreskin.
Hey, we've hit the hour mark, guys. Come on.
I suppose we have, haven't we?
Yeah. That's exactly how long I wanted these to be, about an hour. If it went a little over, whatever. Just as
Yeah.
long as... So,
Awesome. Did we make it through the list?
yeah, we have made it through the list. So,
Fuck yeah! For future reference, the people who are listening to this, we won't be tallying our results every time. The first time shit got completely out of control here. You won't know just how out of control, though, because that doesn't exist anymore. It's been lost to the nether, pretty much. So basically, don't expect us to tally our results after every freaking podcast. This is just us making sure we're doing shit right.
yeah.
We're getting a feel for it.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're doing yet.
Second podcast, first one in months. We're just working our way up there. So bear with us.
Please don't expect perfection.
Yet.
No,
think that'll
no, expect it.
No.
Definitely
No!
expect it.
Just don't expect it right now. We'll get there. I swear to God.
Expect the unexpected when it comes to our perfection.
No, didn't rhyme.
No!
I give you a B for effort.
Ooh.
I take this shit seriously.
Not even a plus.
B
No plus for you.
minus.
No!
As you-
That was a bit weak. B minus, bitch. Whoop.
All right, I think that's a wrap. Let's end it on that.